I didn't realize I wanted to get into filmmaking until the place that we worked with called RealWorks came to our school and told me about it. And I joined, and when I really started to get with the camera and learn how to work, I started to really like it. So I guess I want to continue with that.
I always wanted to make movies. I would go around with my big bulky VHS camera when I was a kid, and I would just make little videos with my friends. And then when I was 18, I was close to my grandfather, and he had dementia, and I thought it'd be interesting to move into a nursing home. So I made a documentary about what it was like to live in a nursing home for a summer.
First, I was bored. I wasn't doing nothing with my life. Then I heard this thing called WorldWorks. So I signed up for WorldWorks. I got picked. Then I got into WorldWorks, and I just started making documentaries, making non-fiction movies. It just felt good. I'm here to support my friends Stephanie and Juliana.
I'm a nominee for Best Documentary.
What is your documentary about?
My documentary is about me living in a shelter for a year, going on 2, and I recently got out, but it was about me and my mom and my little sister's adventures, I guess.
I represent Adelphi University. I'm the Associate Director of Events in the Marketing Creative Services Department. We are here today as a sponsor of the Technology Showcase at the All American High School Film Festival, and we're very excited to sponsor the festival this year. Right, really we're giving them an opportunity to try out a professional grade film camera. The Blackmagic Cinema camera is something that we're actually giving away to one of the nominees at the closing ceremonies. So we are just giving them an opportunity to kind of feel the camera out, see what the abilities are of the camera, and technically, how they'll be able to use it in the future.
I'm trying to start a documentary and a couple of music videos in the near future, but I don't know, who knows, I'm up for anything.
My name's Brian. I'm one of the co-founders of the event. I actually work full-time for Andrew Jenks. I run his production company. In conjunction with him, we're business partners on this. So we've been working on it for about 16 months to pull it together and give kids an opportunity to see their films on the big screen.
Well, I actually know somebody who started out in Harlem and kind of wants to be big in the film industry, started in church and kind of grew it there. And I think there needs to be more directors, less actors in the film industry concerning Black and African Americans.
I mean, people of color, they're also getting more opportunities and being in stuff. And it's just great, it's a different age.
Our films are generally Canadian. We have created one documentary about post-genocide in Rwanda. So that was created by an American and a French student. So everyone in that film were locals from Rwanda, and that would probably be the most diverse film we've made.
This weekend we'll be introduced to the next Steven Spielberg, the next Spike Lee, and the next Catherine Bigelow. And note that I mentioned the next Catherine Bigelow. I noticed there was a lot of films directed by females, and then I did some research. It turns out that in 2012, only 4.4% of studio films were directed by females. 4.4%. Well, at this year's All-American High School Film Festival, I'm proud to say that nearly 50% of our films were directed by females. Now more than ever before, young female directors should feel empowered.
There we go. You with those honest eyes, turned out you're so sly, sweet talking son of a gun. But I've got some news for you. You're just a small-time thief, red-handed caught and found your love. When it rains, it will pour on your sad, sorry soul as the cold leaves your hands trembling.
We're at the All-American High School Film Festival, and we're at the Technology Showcase, and we're here seeing a Halloween-themed room. Right now there's coffins and everything about a Halloween. There's a backdrop and a vampire in the coffin.
I'm a senior, but I actually graduated, so I'm taking a gap year before I go to NYU.
What are you majoring in NYU?
Music business.
So you're interested in music, and why are you interested in music?
Music, well, I songwrite, I play the guitar, cello, piano, and a lot of other instruments, so I like the music and songwriting, so...
I've been interested in the arts and in film. I grew up with Andrew, so we used to make movies when we were little and do all sorts of different things. But I actually I didn't go to college for film at all, and I ended up coming into the industry more as a businessman than as like a filmmaker. So I run more production side of things, coordinating things, making shoots happen, stuff like that. So, I think it's important for young filmmakers and people interested in the industry in general to realize that just because you're maybe not the camera guy or the guy on camera, there's a lot of other things that go into making things happen.
I started out just wanting to make videos for social awareness, and I didn't really plan on making film. So I just started out recently, so it just all came randomly and just came together.
How did you start in filmmaking?
Well, at first I didn't realize I wanted to get into filmmaking until the place that we worked with called RealWorks came to our school and told me about it, and I joined. And when I really started to get with the camera and learn how to work, I started to really like it, so I guess I want to continue with that.
I'm the writer and co-director of Gilbert, which is a short film about a man with relationship issues befriending a fish.
It's my first movie, and I got together with my cousins while I was in Toronto, and we just kind of put it together on the spot, and to have it be nominated was crazy.
So, are there any film colleges that you're looking at in particular?
Not yet. I mean, I'm only a sophomore, so I have time, but I'm definitely looking into it.
Right now we're at the High School Film Festival, and right now we're going to go watch the films, the nominees.
My film, The Delivery, was official selection for the film festival.
What were you nominated for?
Cinematography.
What is your film about?
It's about an old woman who gets a gift from the past that reminds her of her long-lost love, and she goes on this crazy adventure through getting this gift.
We are from a university at Adelphi. We're very excited to be able to have filmmakers that can create from scratch and really be able to go into our labs and use our film equipment and not have restrictions, and really being able to exercise as much of their creativity as they'd like to. So here we're showcasing one of the many cameras we use at the university, the Blackmagic Cinema camera, and we also use a Canon C100 camera and a lot of other cameras that they can use, professional grade film cameras that they'll be able to have an opportunity to really get as much out of it as they want to.
Well, we're from Valencia, California, and we entered films in the summer, and 5 of the ones that we had made it in. So that's what we're here for, hopefully to win some awards.
How many of you guys are in the group?
There's about 20 of us in VTB.
And you all traveled from California all the way here? Okay, what was the most exciting part of the filmmaking process for you guys?
Just working with everyone and creating our stories, and just being able to show that through film is really exciting.
Yeah, I think really working together and creating what we all visualize really helped bring us together, and as a result we were all able to create what now made it to this festival, and we're all really proud of it, and it's what we love to do, so it's fun.
You're watching the Youth Channel. Check out our programming on M&M's Channel 4, the Culture Channel, every Monday through Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. and from 9 to 10 p.m. To find out more about the Youth Channel, check out our YouTube page where we upload all your favorite segments. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like our Facebook page for more updates. Are you tired of seeing this on your television? Come to M&M's El Barrio Firehouse Community Center, where we provide free programs for the youth. Don't just stand there, you can be the media. Here you can learn everything from handling equipment to producing your own show. No experience is necessary. We'll teach you everything from capturing an image to editing your own work using Final Cut Pro. This is where you want to be. We're youth-led and community-oriented.
The Youth Channel. Youth-led, community-oriented.
What does your school offer for a young film producer?
Well, a young film producer, we like to kind of teach all of our filmmakers about producing as well. So our students are going to write, shoot, direct, and edit all of their own work. And they're also going to study producing with that, budgeting and scheduling, copyright law, things like that. So we offer programs for high school students, and we also do 1- and 2-year programs and degree programs as well.
What degrees can students applying to your school receive?
Associate of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Master of Fine Arts. No PhDs yet, and I know the question is always degree or not degree. See what I did there?
Yeah.
See what I did there? So either way, with our 1-year program, you're able to either continue on to the 2nd year, just conservatory, or you can go on to a degree program.
Why should students applying to college go to your school?
Well, we have this conversation a lot, and it's really that it's a conservatory environment. We like the hands-on aspect quite a bit. So not that the 4-year college isn't good for some people, it definitely is. But if somebody wants to be a filmmaker, an actor, an artist, they might not want to do intro to college algebra or, financing and psychology. All of those are great things, but our environment's going to be conservatory. It's going to be an entire year of just filmmaking training, and you're completely immersed in it.
How do you help your students with the college process and financial aid? Do you offer scholarships?
We do offer financial aid, and we do offer need-based tuition assistance through the school. And that's kind of what I do as an admissions advisor, as well as my colleague.
I would tell them, do what you want, because later on I feel like you'll regret more what you didn't do more than what you did. So I feel like whatever you feel is right and what you want to see, like, make it happen. That's the best.
I agree with her. Like, if you want to do something and that's your dream, you should definitely make it happen, or else you'll regret what you didn't do.
Thank you.
My biggest piece of advice to an up-and-coming filmmaker would be that money can buy cameras and production, but only ingenuity and creativity can create the films that people want to see. And creativity like that is priceless and something you can't buy. So even if you have a low budget or no equipment, if your story's good enough and if there's enough hard work, it'll look great.
Some advice I like to give is just mainly having a lot of motivation. Like, if something's not going your way, you should really just push through it, because you never know what your end result will be. Even if it's starting out bad, you never know what it could end up being if you just persevere through it, and it could end up being something great.
I agree with them, and also if you can find someone else who likes to do it as well, it's just that much more fun, and it's that much easier to get motivated because you can motivate each other and push each other.
So a lot of the films that we got here that are playing this weekend, that are the 84 best films from around the world, are films that you can tell the filmmaker, the director, and everyone involved were really behind and believed in. And it sounds a little bit cheesy, but I think if you're making a movie that you think has a voice and has a story to tell, then the opportunities are kind of endless. So that would be my one, I guess, piece of advice.
Just keep writing. Just don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. Like, just keep writing, making videos, get yourself known, whether it's YouTube or in school. Ask people to act for you. They'll do it. They're really nice. They really want to be on camera.
We mentioned it before. I would say it's to create every single day. It's to write. It's to observe. It's to, watch someone in a park doing something, and why are they making the choices they're doing, and why is that relevant for you, and what are you getting out of it? And I think if you continually write and short stories and just essays and short scripts, and if you keep on doing that, what's going to happen is something's going to congeal at some point. And when that congeals, all of a sudden something is going to be presented to you that you didn't even realize you were on a path searching for. And when you do that, then you're going to have this richness of an experience. So if you do make a film about it, first the film would be a lot better, but if not, it's a calling card for the next thing you're going to do. In this business, no matter what you come out with and whatever success you have right now, the question's going to be asked immediately, what else do you have? So if you have a litany of things that you have at your disposal, then you're going to be all right. I think it's going to continually evolve, and I think it's also going to become very segmented and very niche, and it's going to speak to specific audiences. If you're a sci-fi guy, then it's going to be probably more geared towards that. It's going to be very segmented. If you're a romantic comedy person, I think that's what's going to happen as well.
Young actress came to Meryl Streep and talked about, wanting to be an actress, and said, do you think I should try and become an actress? And Meryl Streep said no, because if you have to ask, you're not going to make it. And that's kind of, one of those stories. My first movie, Smoke Signals, cost $2 million to make in '97, and I was like this. I had tunnel vision, and eventually we had 3 deal breakers with financiers that we couldn't come to terms on after 2 years. And I remember going home and telling my family, I'm this close to making a movie, Mom. I'm this close to making a movie, Dad. And after 2.5 years, they start looking at you like you're crazy. And they're your parents. But it's because you have something or you have nothing. And I've been in that situation so many times where the movie could fall apart at any moment, and all you have is finishing the movie and moving on to another movie. And everything that anybody in this room has made and knows, you know you can't stand it. I could recut everything I've ever done, and you move on. Movies are never finished, just abandoned. So at what point do you abandon the movie? You have to abandon it, you move on. Those are the people that are going to become filmmakers, are the ones that do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. And it's about sustainability. For you guys as artists, it's about sustainability. This is what we're talking about. How do you have a 20-year career? The revolution's here, where you have digital SLRs, like Hayden said, and you're going to make this movie that's going to hit the internet, and it's going to revolutionize our industry again. I mean, how many people saw the Coney 2012 thing? I think that got 80 million hits in like a month. Yeah. And how did anybody make any money off that?
Well, you can actually, what was that, YouTube or?
that was on that was on YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube actually, when you go over, I believe it's 1 million hits, you start participating in the hits and you start making money on it.
So I think there's two things here. There's the studio Hollywood route, which we're covering, and then there's also the route in which the revolution's here. Say you get $10,000 from your aunt. At what point do you need an attorney, and what do you do if you get $10,000? What obligations do you have to that person? Can you talk a little bit about?
Yeah, it gets complicated pretty quickly. I'd say you want an attorney, or at least someone who, some kind of producer, or someone who knows what they're doing and can at least give you forms in the beginning stages for the rights, for the scripts, or if they're optioning a book or something like that. Because if your initial material is not secured in the right manner, if you don't have all the necessary rights that you need, then the whole foundation of your movie is basically flawed. And even if you're able to get actors interested, get producers interested, a director, a financier, a real financier, is not going to finance it, and a distributor is not going to accept it if you don't have the necessary agreements in place to make sure that, to show what's called chain of title, clean chain of title, that the chain of ownership is uninterrupted, to prove that you actually own this film. So that way, when the distributor takes on the rights, they're not going to be sued for copyright infringement by somebody saying, oh no, I actually wrote that script, or I own the rights to that book.
Hey, Abby.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So I got you some coffee, just for you. So I have to talk to you about something. I've been meaning, I guess, to say this for a while, and
Tell me anything, right? We're best friends.
I know. So basically, I'm gay. I like girls.
You're gay. You're
Lesbian.
lesbian.
Yeah.
You like girls. Is there any other game you can play that's not this? You know I don't like anything that has to do with gay.
Look, it's who I am. It's just it's not like I haven't, I guess, tried to avoid it, but it's not something I can avoid anymore.
I can't deal with this. I'm sorry. I can't deal with this.
You're watching the Youth Channel. Check out our programming on M&M's Channel 4, the Culture Channel, every Monday through Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. and from 9 to 10 p.m. To find out more about the Youth Channel, check out our YouTube page where we upload all your favorite segments. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like our Facebook page for more updates.